Question: what is one thing, regardless of party, every American president has agreed on since 1976? They've all designated February as Black History Month. To understand why, you must go back another 50 years to 1926.
It is a brainchild of Carter G. Woodson, the historian.
At that time, Woodson, only the second African American to earn a PhD from Harvard, proposed celebrating Negro History Week, not month, in the second week of February, to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
There was a sense and a reality that African Americans were not represented in American history, and there was a push to change that.
So tonight we celebrate our shared history and a few of the many Black women and men who made it.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
Since May 2021, the faces and stories of local African Americans have been prominently displayed here at the Lynn Museum. Executive Director Donika Thurston explains.
Untold Stories is a truly beautiful project celebrating the culture and community of Black folks here in Lynn. Black folks have been here from the 1600s, largely as enslaved folks, but then became freed folks, started their own businesses, and really created their own place here in Lynn.
One person you may recognize is Frederick Douglass, who spent 6 years living in Lynn, a period when he began his evolution from a relative unknown 23-year-old who had recently escaped the bonds of slavery into one of the nation's loudest voices for freedom.
Growing up in Lynn, I didn't learn about these stories during Black History Month.
Thurston also never learned about a surprising piece of her own personal history.
I'm biracial. My mom's family has lived in Lynn for many generations, but come to find out, my great uncle was a slave owner, a truth that I'm still learning to grapple with.
His name, John Bassett, is literally on display here, though Thurston didn't make the connection until 8 months into her work on the exhibit.
It's part of this experience. It's part of this truth-telling that we're doing in this exhibit.
Also on display at the Lynn Museum is a very different piece of untold history.
The name of the exhibit is Unmasking Negro Election Day and the Black Vote.
This is a passion project of Doreen Wade, whose organization, Salem United, has worked to recover the history of enslaved people in New England, electing their own kings and governors to rule, even in bondage.
Once they were elected, they would march on a horse, and they would have what we call a parade today. And by having that, they brought their culture to this country.
While white slave owners mocked this tradition as purely ceremonial, Black kings such as Lynn's own King Pompey had influence.
That governing that they were doing allowed them to have a feeling and a self of freedom, even though they were not free.
282 years later, Negro Election Day is still celebrated in Salem Willows Park with the addition of these crowns and a Black queen to honor the contributions of African American women. 25 miles south, the city of Cambridge is celebrating 19th century African American women with a self-guided walking tour developed by the Cambridge Black History Project.
My name is Paula Paris, and I am a native Cantabrigian, which means a person that lives in Cambridge. And I'm here representing the Cambridge Black History Project.
The walking tour is one of many projects this volunteer organization has developed out of pride for their city.
That was actually proposed in 2020 by Professor Taya Miles at Harvard. The topic is abolitionist women and their world.
Locations including the former home of Harriet Jacobs.
After she made her way to Cambridge through a very harrowing escape from her enslavement, she hosted a lot of Harvard students and professors because Black students could not stay in the dormitories.
From here, it's a short walk to the home of Mary Walker, an early African American property owner.
She acquired the property through a white family from Virginia who turned the title over to her.
This at a time when it was not legal for a woman to officially own property. There are 9 stops on the tour, many hidden in plain sight, reminding us that the first step to uncovering history is to look for it.
People should know there are notable monuments and markers for African Americans who had been in Cambridge for many years.
Back to the Lynn Museum. That original Untold Stories exhibit has wrapped, but they're actually going to open an expanded one later this month, and that'll further explore the history of black people in Lynn.
All right, and as for Salem United and Doreen Wade, in July, then Governor Charlie Baker signed a bill giving recognition to Negro Election Day, and that ritual goes back nearly 300 years. Meantime, the old town hall in Salem and the exhibit, that is on display through February.
Up next.